Today I want to talk about the circle of fifths. The circle of fifths is an important tool in music. Its roots lie in mathematics and it is very old, ancient in fact. The theorem is over 2,500 years old. It is used extensively in music and is the basis for most, if not all, of Western music. Trained musicians and songwriters leverage the circle of fifths in order to complete compositions or for improvisation, say, and is essential reading for students who are pursuing an academic career in music. Once understood, the circle of fifths will soon become the most valuable tool in your arsenal, and you will soon find yourself using it without even thinking. It's a bit like being in the dark and your eyes slowly being accustomed to the light. You soon start doing things that you never thought possible before without using the circle of fifths. Now, before we start going on to the major chords, I thought I'd just highlight a few facts about the circle of fifths. The first thing is very old. It's actually discovered by the Greek philosopher Pythagoras, and is actually called in his name, it's called the Pythagorean circle, and is used to indicate the relationships between given key signatures, particularly the number of sharps and flats in a given key signature. The other piece of information it gives are the notes that are diatonic within a given key signature. What I mean by diatonic is those notes that actually naturally occur within a key signature or range. So the circle of fifths conveys three pieces of vital information, and they are the major chords, and the natural minor chords or relative minor chords that are associated with the major chord, and the number of sharps or flats that appear in those chords, i.e. the sharps or flats that are diatonic to those chords. Every other note in those chords will be natural. Diagrams that try to express these three vital pieces of information in a single chord chart tend to be very difficult to read. There's too much information in there, and it's problematic. And other ones actually, when they provide two pieces of information, it's not enough information to get a full picture of what's going on. So in this video I'm going to show you them separately, but I'm going to show you both sets of information in the same video. Hopefully that will make it easier to see. So here is a picture of the circle of fifths as far as the majors is concerned. So what you're seeing here are all the major keys: C major, G major, D major, A major, etc., etc. And what you're seeing here is effectively like a clock face, with the C major at 12 o'clock. Now the C major is unique amongst all these other keys. It does not contain any sharps or any flats. So if you was playing a piece of music on the piano with the C major key, you would be playing all the white keys. Moving clockwise on the circle of fifths, you'll be moving up in fifths. So it's actually called the circle of fifths when you go clockwise. Now, G major is the 5 chord to the C major. Move to the G major, D major is the 5 chord of the G major. A major is the 5 chord of the D major. E major is the 5 chord of the A major, and it goes around like that. If you were to go around in the other direction, they would be the circle of fourths. The F, starting from the C, the F is the 4 chord of C. The B flat is the 4 chord of F. The E flat is the 4 chord of B, etc. Moving from the 12 o'clock, if you're moving clockwise, you start inheriting sharps. If you move anti-clockwise from the C major, you inherit flats. Every sharp that you pick up, you keep. So for the example of C major, it contains no sharps or flats. As soon as you start going to the G major, you'll inherit a sharp, the F sharp. When you move from that G major to the D major, you inherit another sharp, which is C sharp, but you also keep the F sharp. So as you're going around the circle of fifths clockwise and gaining sharps, you keep the ones that you've already inherited, and you inherit another one. It's the same with the flats. You do the same thing in the other direction. So now we'll make a start on looking at the 12 o'clock. So the 12 o'clock C, like I said before, it has no flats and it has no sharps. So we start off with C, and now we're going to add the sharps and the flats. So as you look at the sharps and the flats, you'll find, like I said before, in the clockwise direction is sharps. We only go to 6 o'clock. You could essentially keep going round, but we go to 6 o'clock. So you'll see there that you've got F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp and E sharp. And each one of those, again, the C sharp, for instance, is a 5 away from the F sharp. The G sharp is a 5 away from the C sharp. The D sharp is a 5 away from the G sharp, and etc. If you go the other way, from 12 o'clock, we've got no flats, you start inheriting flats. The F major chord's got a B flat associated with it, and B flat's got an E flat associated with it, E flat's got an A sharp, and each one of these goes down in fourths. There is a pattern to help you memorize this. So we'll start, I'll give you the pattern and then you can work it out. It's Father Christmas gave Dad an electric blanket. Start off at the F sharp and you can see that if you go down, Father Christmas gave Dad an electric. B sharp would have been the next one going at 7 o'clock, but so you can see that's the case. Going, if you go to the F major, which is at 11 o'clock, and go round on the majors, you've got Father Christmas gave Dad an electric blanket. In the other direction, you can simply see that the flats actually follow the majors. B, E, A, D follows B, E, A, D on the majors. There's a lot of different ways of getting the patterns. Now we move to the minors. The same thing again, it's got the same sharps and same flats associated with them, but this time this is the relative minors to the major chords. So A minor at 12 o'clock contains no flats and contains no sharps. E minor contains one sharp, F sharp. So it's the same sharps that you saw in the majors, except these are the relative minors. B minor, again, so no sharps or flats on the A minor. E minor's got an F sharp. B minor's got a F sharp and a C sharp. F sharp minor's got a F sharp, a C sharp and a G sharp, etc., etc. So what you can see are the 3 bits of information that I was saying earlier on. You've got the major chords now with the associated sharps and flats. You've got the minor chords now with the associated sharps and flats. So the one thing that's common to both of them is actually the sharps and flats. So the first thing is the minor chords, the major chords, and the sharps and flats associated with those chords.